coming in hot.
Laura, woo, 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 woo.
Hey, girl. Wow, mama. You are looking hot. Hot? Why, she could break up Siegfried and Roy.
That dress is history.
What?
What? What we got going on here? We back at it again. Life lessons of Steve and Laura. It's Steve and Laura time. Check your time, because it's all the time. Now, what is the life lesson here? Listen here. Laura coming in hot. H-O-T, hot, right? Don't be afraid to be your best self. Don't be afraid to look good. Don't be afraid to shine. You feel what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to smell good. You know what I'm saying? Be your best you. Let's get it.
All right. Sweetheart, I can't allow you to go out in public dressed like that.
Oh.
Allow me? Daddy, I'm 20 years old. I should be able to dress any way I want to.
Well, I'm 41, and I say you can't. Go to the Sizzle Club. You're going to have to go upstairs and change right now.
Look at how Steve's looking right now. But I had to recognize to look at this from Daddy's point of view. Nothing is revealed. You can't see anything. So for me, it got that TLC vibe. Y'all know about that. That crazy sex. It got enough of that crazy, sexy, cool, to where, you know, it kind of has a little bit of that. But it's also wholesome too. I don't think that anything is really wrong with the dress. Steve's tongue was hanging out of his mouth. So I don't know. Maybe that's the situation there. But I didn't think anything's wrong with it. You know, but hey, Daddy says.
All right.
Mm-hmm. All right. Gotta go do what I do. Oh, she really changed.
Much better. Is this better, Daddy?
Is this better, Daddy?
Yes, sweetheart, you look beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll be a big hit if it's nun night at the Sizzle Club.
That's cute. Well, have fun.
She still looks cute, though. You know what I'm saying? This is what you gotta learn. Rock what you. Hey, it's not what you wear; it's how you wear it. You know what I'm saying? Keep your confidence in that.
Yeah, God was a fun. I wish I were going to Italy with you. It's gonna be so much fun.
Modeling can be such a grind.
Yeah. Well, buying me an expensive present might make you feel better.
Right.
Damn, which designer would you like? Is
Right.
it Armani, Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana?
Yes, please.
I know. All of them. I'm with you, Lord. All of them.
Pretty Portobello. Any sweet plans for the weekend?
Just some fraternity party Max and I are going to. But don't worry, we won't get too crazy.
Oh, he's laughing all in her face. Thanks, Stefan.
What's so funny?
Right.
You? Getting crazy?
Wow.
What's that supposed to mean?
Laura, you may be a lot of things. Beautiful, kind, funny, but crazy? Come on now.
What are you talking about? When I let loose, I can get pretty wild.
I got pretty wild with you right quick. And what you got to realize what Stefan is doing here is actually kind of somewhat, very slightly, but he is kind of attacking Laura's person, right? And when I talk about person, their inner self, that is the worst attack right there, is when somebody gets attacked on their inner self, because it's who they are. What else are you supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to look at this because it's very, very vital. Let's go here.
You, me, I know what being different is all about.
Check.
Well, Steve, it's not so much that you're different. It's just, you know,
Different. I don't mind being different. I like who I am, and I'm not changing for anybody.
well, I admire you for that.
Oh, pshaw, you're making me blush again.
So we just wanted to look at this again, just to show that what is Laura doing right now? She is in full support of Steve just being himself. That's the inner self that a lot of times we attack on each other. But Steve and Laura keep each other's inner self intact. Okay.
All right, you are different. Well, I was afraid that he'd realize that too. And then I'd lose you.
You never had me.
Let's not split hairs.
Right. And what does Steve and Laura have in common? Steve just told you. I'm different. What is he saying about Laura? You're different. Okay. And Steve realizes that Laura's different in a lot of the ways that he is. People don't peep game on this stuff right here, man. Come on.
Okay. Thing is, Myra's made it quite clear that, well, she'd like to do the wiggle wiggle wing bing. Just as anxious as the next guy. But I want to wait.
So we got to look at this. You see, Steve is bothered by this so much with Myra not respecting his mind and his body, okay? Body, that he's going and talking to Mother Winslow about it. So this is something that is troubling Steve. This is something that is bothering him. This is something that is challenging his inner person, his inner self. It's the little things, man. That's what the Bible talks about. It's the little foxes. You feel me?
I want my wedding night to be special.
Right. My advice to you is be true to yourself. Go with what you believe in.
What you believe in.
Now, if Myra can't support that, she is just not the right girl for you.
She said it herself. Like if she can't see how important this is on the inside for you, she ain't right for you. You know what I'm saying? We got to pay attention to these little things, man. Let's watch this.
Oh, but it feels so right. Oh, but this is bad. But I like bad. Strong, be strong.
Yeah. Whistle.
My devotion comes from a potion.
Yeah, we gotta slow down before we make that motion.
That motion. Woo! See the opposite in Myra and Laura. You see Laura comfy on the couch, got the blanket going, kissy, kissy, kissy on Steve. Now she is under the woo-woo juice, but she's respecting his person. Steve is getting up and saying, this is bad. We shouldn't do this. We got to stop before we make that motion. Laura's respecting that. As much as she might have, we don't know what Laura feeling right now. You know what I'm saying? It looked like she has some things on the brain. But things are important in somebody encouraging your person. And the person of who you are on the inside that God made you.
A few moments later.
Your idea of getting wild at a party is double dipping your potato chips.
Wow. He's still going in.
Well, I'm also taking this tape back to the video store, and I have no intention of rewinding it.
Huh.
Ooh, stop the madness. I'll call you tomorrow morning from Rome.
Mm-hmm. I should just be getting back from the party by then.
Gotta look at this. Aren't they cute though? I'm like, it is baffling to me how good Kelly and Jaleel look together. It's just Steve and Laura, Stefan and Laura, Kelly and Jaleel. They just look good. It baffles. I don't know if I've ever seen two people like play in a sitcom and they look like they fit, period, like whatever they do. But anyway, look at Laura's side eye right now. Stefan got the little giggle face on, you know what I'm saying? Jaleel with his handsome self. But look at the side eye. Look how Laura's looking at him right now. So it looks like it's all fun and games and all this and that. But when there's somebody that loves you and they claim they love you and that's who they with and you my everything and oh my gosh. Now remember all the stuff that Stefan says on the cloud to Laura. That half of it don't even matter, right? But then these things here he can't even pick up. You're picking on something, an area of Laura that she's very sensitive about.
Well, what's so funny? You wild. Tired of everybody thinking I'm a goody two-shoes. Spread my wings a little bit. Kick up my heels. Tear it up.
Tear it up.
And you know why? Because this girl's got a little something, something.
You got a little something working with you.
You ain't got nothing.
Oh, wow. Come on, Maxine. I love here that Laura is affirming herself, right? Because this girl got a little something, right? I'm teared up. You know, where is that coming from? It's coming from Stefan, who was just teasing her, and Maxine that's teasing her now. And that's a lot of times what happens when somebody kind of pokes at your person. You know what I'm saying? They poke at who you are. It makes you start to doubt who you are. And Maxine said you don't got nothing. Laura a bad chick, so she got everything going for her. Everything, brains, beauty, everything.
Now watch out, Miss Thing, because tonight I'm gonna get my swerve on.
See what? Oh. In the sexy laugh.
Oh, thanks. We can have a diet soda.
Right.
Sorry, Gidget, this is a fraternity.
We don't drink beer.
Yeah, we don't drink beer.
What's the big deal?
A lot of a big deal.
Do you realize there's alcohol in that beer? Don't worry, girl. I can handle it.
Can she? Can she? Don't worry, girl. I can handle it. On the table. Okay? Surrounded around men. Come on now. Get her, Max.
Laura, girl, the music stopped. Girl, tell that to my booty.
Tell her to the booty.
All this dancing can make the girl a little thirsty. Hey, I'm that girl. Thank you, boy.
Look how they looking at her too. Look how they looking at her too. See, Maxine, this is why you got to have good friends. Maxine's saving Laura from so much stuff right here. Look how they looking with bad intentions. Bad, look at them.
If you're finished being a fly girl, I
Yep.
think we should leave.
Look at the guys. Now remember, look at the guys. Look at this guy here. They just, look at them. They just watching. Winslow grabbing the hearts of everybody. Yeah, Steve, you got to deal with that. Go deal with that, Steve.
Okay, say goodnight. This party's over. Come on, Laura, come on.
So sweet thing. I know there's another party going on.
What'd I tell you? He was looking with bad intentions, okay? He wants some things, some pizzas, and some pots of Laura.
Where?
Up in my room.
Yeah.
Chance, Mr. Horn Dog. Now this little lady is coming with me.
Oh my gosh. Steve's Laura's gonna wake up with some bruises. She gonna need she gonna have some bruises and she gonna need some bandages. Just plant her face. This gives me, he face plants her into the couch. This never gets old for me, man. Oh my gosh. Kelly and Jalil, man. Family Matters finest. Kelly and Jalil.
All right. What you need is a visit to Nappy Land. After that, you'll wake up in Sober Land.
Yeah.
Come on in. Let's get you upstairs.
We hope that it's that simple.
No. Steve, you are such a good friend.
You're a good friend, too.
No. I'm serious. You've always cared for me. And you know what? I appreciate it. You know?
So look, I feel like they really should let Kelly and Jalil do this more because it's hilarious. It's like, let them just be silly. It's hilarious. And I want people to notice. We're going to bring it back for a second.
And just maybe we could go out on a date. As a friend.
Oh, Laura, my lady, my love.
Your friend.
Right? My friend.
What Steve doesn't realize right now, and a lot of us do this, he was asking for, God's actually giving him more. Because what Steve initially was asking for with Laura is a wife and kids and all that stuff, right? But what he's getting out of that even more so is a friendship, right? A strong friendship to really, Steve and Laura right now, they've already taken it one level. They're about to go another level, but they're the best of friends. Steve and Laura are the best of friends. So Steve does not realize that God is in the process of giving him more. Steve doesn't realize that. Steve went into the situation with Laura to get a date, to get a wife, to have kids. But God is building something that's greater. Not everybody that's married is happy. Not everybody that's married are friends. What God is building with Steve and Laura right now is something we should all desire. And that's to marry your best friend. You feel me?
You know that? Mm-hmm. Yes, I know you do. Now, Upsy Daisy.
You know what, Steve? I am so sorry about your eye.
No problemo. Actually, my vision's getting better. I'm only seeing double now.
Yeah. Well, that is an improvement.
Well, I know it'll help. Oh. How does that feel?
Oh, great. Only it's the swollen black and blue eye.
Voluntary smooches. Voluntary smooches. Now look.
When I was in that car, my life flashed before me. It was short and in black and white.
Old school. Got it.
Was I in it? Yes. But so was Laura. I saw her rejecting me over and over again. And I realized something. I can spend my whole life chasing a dream. Or I can let a dream catch me.
And you saw that Laura was rejecting me over and over again. And the question is, was she really? You know, or was it Laura just wasn't ready for what Steve was ready for? Was Laura really rejecting Steve? Or was there something organically building and growing on the inside of her and in her heart that she's expressing right now? Steve and Laura's about to take us somewhere. They about to take us somewhere, y'all.
Better.
Much.
I love Laura's life.
Pain's all gone now.
I feel no more pain. It ain't there no more. Exactly. So look at Steve right now. I told you, right? Some of her feelings are coming out without her permission that she's gonna have to deal with later. Exactly. It gets you like that. There's some things going on. You know what I'm saying? Some things is like popping off, you know what I'm saying? And what it really is that we can look at it and be encouraged by is timing, right? Timing is everything. And this is what you're seeing here. Like I said, for everybody, it's just one of the most ridiculous things. Like, well, Laura, made him wait and all that type of stuff. And it's like, guys, there's a process with things. And you're seeing the process. But like I said, with that kiss that Laura laid on Steve, you know what I'm saying? Like, that, did she forget who she was for a second? It is, because I don't know if anybody's ever said this. Steve right now, even though some things is going on, okay, we said it, some things is going on. Steve is not with Laura right now for the same reason that he's actually with Myra. And I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean? That don't make sense. It makes perfect sense. Steve is trying to speed up the process with Laura. And because he was trying to speed up the process with Laura, it actually pushed her away. Now, why is it the same thing with Myra? He's with Myra for that same reason. Because he needs a process. Remember, let's go back. What did he say? I saw Laura rejecting me over and over again. And, and said, I can continue to try to catch a dream. See what I'm saying? Or I can let a dream catch me. That was Steve. Okay, like, I'm not getting what I want. I'm not getting the results. You know what I'm saying? Things are happening the way that I expected them or the way that I want them to happen. So I'm going to let a dream catch me. And so when he's trying to, and people don't realize this, that Steve was trying to rush a process. That's why he felt that Lord was rejecting him over and over and over, because he's trying to speed up a process that was never meant to be sped up, if you will. You put this in real quick.
Myra, I just hope this proves once and for all that I have no romantic interest in Steve whatsoever.
Now, remember when Laura said that? I told y'all got to pay attention to what Laura says. You see how she says, I have no romantic feelings for Steve, right? We saw that. That's what I said. Laura's smooth with it. She said, I have no romantic interest in Steve. That is not saying she doesn't have romantic feelings. It just means that she has no romantic interest. And again, let's play off her words one more time. Just because she doesn't have romantic interest in Steve also does not mean that she does not have a love for him. You know what I'm saying? So people say this stuff is random and that these things, it's like, no, they're not. This is stuff that's been on the inside of Laura that is being released. And that's why Steve could be with Myra, because Myra was on the fast track as well. But Myra was going places Steve didn't want to go. So sometimes Steve would jump off that train because he wanted to go with that speed, but he didn't want to go with that speed with her. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Steve was with Myra for the same reason that he wasn't with Laura. And Steve had a lot to learn. That's why I know I keep harping on it, but it irritates me so bad when people say Laura made him wait. It's like Steve had growing up to do. Steve was still eating like a man-child. Didn't know how to eat food, keep food in his mouth. Like Steve has a lot of maturing that he has to do and that he still needs to do, as well as Laura. People always look at it and think it was just Laura. There was a lot of immaturity in Steve. Like this. If Steve was not at a level of maturity, he would have never been with Myra. He would have never been with Myra because Myra fed his immaturity. Myra patted him on the back like a little baby doll, with his immaturity, and this is, oh gosh, I'm trying to tell you, I just love the storyline of Steve and Laura. Steve's trying to rush a process. Like I said, they was never meant to be rushed because this is what God does a lot of times with us. And it's so hard. It's so hard to be still and to be patient and to stay within God's will. Because I told you, we think we're better, we're smarter, we're faster. We need to be real with it. We need to humble ourselves and really be real and say, we think we know better than God. You know what I'm saying? We do. No, I don't. But we act like it in our actions all the time. Right. And so A lot of times what God does in a lot of situations, He's not giving you the bottom of the barrel. A lot of times God's giving you his best, right? And that's what Steve does not realize that he's doing with Laura. Not only giving him Laura, right? But giving him Laura when Laura is at her best. You feel what I'm saying? And not only at her best, but they have okay, Steve and Laura are going to have something, we got to see, do they end up making it together? Some of y'all watch it, some of y'all don't, right? So we got to keep the mystery going. But Steve and Laura are going to have something that Carl and Harriet don't even have. And it's just a bona fide, straight up friendship. You know what I'm saying? You saw, how Steve and Laura, I would show it at times where they can just be still in moments. They're not saying anything. They can just being around each other was enough. And when something came to the mind to say, they would say it, And so that's what, that Steve doesn't realize, that God is like, Steve, hold on, bro. Hold on. I'm actually going to give you something better than what you actually want or what you actually even envision. I'm trying to give you something better. I'm trying to give you this woman when she's at her best. I'm trying to give you this woman, bring you guys together, when it's the right time for both of you. And not only when it's the right time for both of you, but when it's actually the right time. And that's what we do a lot. If we're just being honest about it, I know I can be honest about it. We do that a lot of times. We'll go in, we'll ask God for stuff and he'll be like, all right, cool. And then when it don't happen in our timeline, you see that even all throughout the Bible, right? And then he don't do it in our timeline. And we think, okay, well, let me go do this and let me go do that. And and all that type of stuff. Steve doesn't realize that God is the one that put that on his heart for Laura. Right? So if God's going to put it on his heart, God has to, deliver on his promise. But God don't have to deliver on his promise when you feel it's best. He delivers on his promise when he feels it's best. That's why he said he may not come when we want him to, but he's always on time. Right? And that is such a big thing. This is what I keep saying. If Steve and Laura were to get together when they were younger, they would not be ready. There's so many things that Steve and Laura are jumping over right now, just starting off being good friends. There's so many things that they're leaping over, that you're having this romance. But what was so beautiful about Steve and Laura more than I think any other couple is their romance is being birthed out of their friendship. It's being birthed out of that. It's not on some lust stuff or, I met her up in the club and all this and other. Even though Laura is under the alky right now, but that ain't really what this is. We know this is a real representation of Laura's heart, what she has been going through, what Laura's heart has always been for Steve. Nobody could get, if you even look at Laura's mama, her daddy, her brother, her friends, nobody could get to Laura's heart like Steve. You know what I'm saying? No, and it's because I keep trying to tell people, I keep trying to show people, Steve and Laura are more alike than people recognize. Laura recognized that. And sometimes it would frustrate her. I started picking. Oh, you a girl, you ain't, look, you funny, you this and that, but you ain't no wild girl. You kind of a square. You're not really a party girl, Laura. And what does she go do? She tries to go be the party girl, right? These are inner struggles, with her. But she's also coming into her own self at the same time because she's maturing and she's growing, and because she does have Steve as a friend that has always supported her true self. It's just a reminder of things can look like they're over. Things can look like they're dry in the water. Things can look like they're not working. Things can look like they're not supposed to work. It can look like God forgot about it. God forgot about you. But it's like, man, God is always working. From the very beginning, when Steve put his eyes on Laura, God has been working. People say Myra was his soulmate. Okay, why was Myra his soulmate? Because they ate the same foods together? Because they poke until they plots? What made Myra and Steve soulmates? Steve and Laura can sit. You saw Steve and Laura can sit in a place and be in a moment, and it's just them. No, there's people all around, but it's just them. Steve and Laura can be, sitting down, chilling, watching something, or just being in each other's presence without having to say anything. Steve and Laura, when Steve, went away to, and to go and try to fully commit to Myra, Laura's soul started hurting. That is what a soulmate is. When that person leaves, when they're not around, your soul starts hurting like a headache. You see that with Laura, and you saw that with Steve. And so all this little talk that Myra was his soulmates because they could poke her and all that, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. A soulmate is when you're connecting with the soul. Myra and Steve have never connected with the soul because she don't respect the man. Myra does not respect his mind, his body, or his soul. How's she going to be connected to it? Stop it. And Steve and Laura are the soulmates. And you see it. Beautiful, beautiful thing that they're not only soulmates, man, but they're like best friends right now. And you know what I'm saying? And what else we going to get popping after that? We shall see. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, love God, love people. May God bless you. May God keep you.